You know that one guy. He walks into a room and something shifts. He does not say anything dramatic. He does not announce himself. He just walks in, and people immediately turn toward him. Women are drawn to him instantly. Men show him respect silently. The energy of the whole room changes, and if you'd ask anyone there why, they could not really explain it. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can become that guy. We will break this down into 5 key steps, following your exact path from the moment before you step through the door to the second you take over the room. Let's go. 1. Decide your energy before you walk in. Most people walk into a room and immediately become a product of it. If the energy is good, they feel good. If the energy is bad, they get pulled down with it. They are reacting, not leading. The magnetic person does the opposite. They decide what energy they are bringing before they even open the door. Think of it like this. There are 2 types of people, thermometers and thermostats. A thermometer just reads the temperature of the room and adapts to it. But a thermostat doesn't only read the temperature of the room, it sets it. If the temperature is too hot, it cools the room down, and if the temperature is too cold, it heats the room up. Most people are thermometers. They walk in and immediately adjust to whatever is already there. But the person who owns the room walks in as a thermostat. They have already decided what energy they're bringing, and they hold it regardless of what the room throws at them. But be careful, this does not mean being inflexible or ignoring the vibe. There is an important difference between setting the energy and being completely blind to the room. For example, if you walk into a business meeting, you obviously bring a different kind of presence than when you walk into a party with friends. Adapting to the context is necessary, but adapting to the mood of every nervous or negative person in the room, that is a trap. This sounds simple, but here is what makes it hard. You cannot set the energy from the outside if you are unstable on the inside, which is exactly what the next point is about. 2. Don't need anyone in that room. Back in school, there was a girl I had a massive crush on, and every time she was around, I turned into a completely different person. I was funnier, louder, and more impressive, or at least I was trying to be. I said things I thought she would like. I agreed with things I did not actually believe. I tried everything to make her like me, and no matter what I did, it never worked. She was friendly, but there was no spark. Something was always slightly off, and I could feel it every single time. And then there were other girls, ones I genuinely was not interested in, ones I did not even think about trying to impress. With them, I was just completely myself. I was relaxed. I said what I actually thought. I teased them a little, disagreed with them, made jokes that were actually funny to me instead of jokes I thought they would like. And here comes the funny part. They liked me. A lot. Actually, they fell for me. And I remember being genuinely confused by it because I had done nothing. I had not even tried at all. And that's exactly the point. When you don't need anything from anyone, you become completely free to just be your real, unfiltered self. And that abundance, that true authenticity is what makes you incredibly attractive. Most guys make the mistake that the moment they walk into a room, they instantly start needing something. They need people to like them. They need to make a good impression. They need that one attractive person to notice them. And that need, invisible as it feels from the inside, is what kills attraction. You've probably felt this yourself, on both sides. You can feel when someone needs something from you. It creates a subtle pressure and somehow turns you off. And you can feel when someone truly does not need anything from you. When they're just there, fully themselves, it is instantly magnetic. So the question is, how do you actually get there? How do you genuinely stop needing approval, not just as a tactic, but for real? That is what the next point is about, and this is the real foundation underneath everything else. 3. Be completely at ease with yourself. Most people think confidence is something you're born with. Either you have it or you don't. But that's not true. Real, unshakable confidence, the kind people can actually feel the second you walk into a room, is something you can learn. It doesn't come through mindset tricks. It doesn't come through faking it. And it definitely doesn't come from shouting positive affirmations in the mirror. What it actually comes from is this: keeping the promises you make to yourself when no one is watching. Think of your confidence like a bank account. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you put money into that account. If you said you would go to the gym and you go to the gym, even when you did not feel like it, that's money in the bank. If you said you'd finish that difficult work project before dinner and you sit down and get it done, money in the bank. But if you hit the snooze button 3 times after promising yourself you'd wake up early, or if you choose the couch and junk food when you plan to work out and cook a healthy meal, you remove money from that account. Over time, all of those moments, positive and negative, stack up. The more money you have in that bank account, the more evidence you have that you can trust yourself. And when you trust yourself, you do not need the room to validate you, because you already have your own validation. Real self-confidence built from real actions, real proof. If you truly want to fill that bank and build unshakable magnetism from the inside out, check out the Charisma Code. It's our complete online course designed to guide you through that exact process step by step. The link is in our bio. Now, that foundation takes time to build, but there is something you can apply immediately, right the next time you walk into a room. 4. Take up your space. We all know this feeling. You walk into a room and immediately start making yourself smaller. You find a wall, you cross your arms or put your hands in your pockets. You speak a little quieter and a little faster, like you're apologizing for being there, and the room responds to you exactly the way you are presenting yourself, like someone who is not sure they belong. Owning a room does not start with what you say. It starts the moment you walk through the door, with your body. Here is the one thing to keep in your head. Act like you have nothing to hide and nowhere more important to be. When you have nothing to hide, your body naturally opens up. Shoulders back, chest slightly open, arms relaxed at your sides. You are not protecting yourself from anything because there is nothing to protect. When you have nowhere more important to be, you slow down. You do not rush to fill every silence. You do not walk fast like you're trying to be invisible. You move at your own pace. You sit down and actually settle. You stand and actually stand. Not pulling out your phone, not looking for the next thing to do with your hands. That combination, open body and slow movement, is the physical signal of someone who belongs. And every single person in that room picks it up before you have said one word. And once you are fully comfortable taking up your own space, you can finally focus on the most important part of the room. 5. Make it about them. Most guys don't realize this, but the person who owns the room is almost never the one who talks the most. It's the one who makes everyone else feel the most. When you walk into a room focused on making a good impression, on being interesting, being funny, or being impressive, you look inauthentic, and people can feel it. But when you shift your focus from being interesting to being genuinely interested, everything changes. You stop performing and you start connecting. In practice, this is simple. When someone tells you something, do not immediately relate it back to yourself. Instead, listen closely and go one layer deeper. For example, when someone says, "Yeah, I've been working on this new business project for 3 months." Don't just say, "Oh, cool, I'm also working on a business project." Ask them, "Man, 3 months? What was the hardest part about getting it off the ground?" Or when someone says, "I finally managed to go hiking in the mountains last weekend." Don't just say, "Nice, I love hiking too." Ask them, "That's awesome. What was your favorite moment of that hiking trip?" These questions do something that almost nobody else in the room is doing. They tell the other person that you're actually interested in them and their life, not to get something, just because you genuinely want to know. And that feeling, the feeling of being genuinely seen by someone, is so rare that people do not forget it. They may not remember exactly what you said, but they will remember exactly how they felt talking to you, and they will want more of it. And if you want to know exactly how to start those conversations so naturally that you can talk to absolutely anyone, click on this video right here.